Hoo boy. At it again.
Welcome back to the back of the room. Hey, so if you're listening today, back at it again. Today, our very
9th.
own Jake Silberman has an album available. It's out.
Shit. It's out, baby.
July
it's out.
10th,
It's out.
2020.
You know
What else you gonna do?
Yeah, what else
Look,
you
we're
gonna do besides buy
Yeah.
this album from a guy you never heard of? Come on.
Hey,
Buy
but we're
that
putting the
album.
plug up front, man. Jake's got
Get
an
that
album
plug.
out. Buy that shit because he needs that money, man.
For real.
It's not
The
available
money-
on Spotify until 20
Not
minutes
available on
after.
Spotify or Pandora, so don't even check. Don't even
check.
go to that
Don't even
website and
search.
check. Just go buy. Buy a copy for you. Buy a copy for your grandma. Buy a copy for your girl. Just buy, baby.
Buy. This is time to buy. Prices are low. It's time to buy.
Prices are low. It's a simple $10 purchase that you can make, my dreams come true by making about $100 off an album.
Invest. Yeah, how
Invest
much
in
are
this
you gonna,
career.
Yeah.
What's the most you can make? Okay, if you sold 10,000 albums, how much money would you make?
It's an 80-20 split in my direction.
Really?
It's a good deal with the label.
Is that how most deals work with labels?
No, I had a
No,
friend
this with Helium Records.
Helium Records.
Damn.
I had
This
a
is
friend
the
who said
opposite
there.
of Death Row Records.
Yeah, this time the Jew is also getting the good deal.
Well, yeah, I guess it just always comes up Jew in the
always
record
comes up
business.
Jew, baby. No matter which side we're on. I've heard other labels do like 50-50.
Oof.
Yeah.
How did you work in 80-20? That's crazy.
Didn't even work
because
it.
it's
That
in
was,
Jake's blood, man. Jake
yeah, they knew
negotiated
not
that
to mess.
80-20.
They saw the side profile and they said, "Yeah, we're just gonna give you the 80-20. Please don't negotiate to 90-10, dude. We can't afford it."
We don't want to mess around and get 95.5 on your ass.
Yeah.
Jake
lucky I
signed
was in a
that
good
contract
mood.
with a feather quill, man. Just pop.
Lucky I'm a good move. I don't take a 99-1 on your bitch ass. No, it was good. They just that's their automatic deal. It's just 80-20 right up front. So they're real good. I think it helped. I mean, I don't know others. I actually don't know. Like an 800-pound gorilla is like a big one. I don't know what theirs is, but
That's comedy.
That's comedy. Yeah, comedy dynamics. At least my friend who had one on there was 50-50.
Oof.
But I don't know.
That's the Gentile deal right there.
Yeah, that's the non-hook nose deal, I hooked them. You get so it's 80-20 after the platform takes their cut of the album too. So it's iTunes will take on a $10 album, I forgot, whatever. They all have their own thing, but if the most money you can make as an artist is through Bandcamp, they take the least amount from each album.
Right.
So, he was telling me this one dude didn't give a fuck about being number one on iTunes for 45 seconds, so he just told everybody buy it through Bandcamp.
Who's that? Just another comic?
This New York comic who's on the Helium label. I don't know him, but he was just like, "Oh, this guy you can push the iTunes thing," but he was like, "No, he just wanted the money. He didn't care about the fake iTunes number one for 45-second credit."
Hey, well, then buy it on Bandcamp, people. Get Jake paid.
Get me paid, baby. Yeah, I haven't really been honestly pushing. I mean, to me, it's like you're going to buy on which one you want to listen to it. Like, if you have Apple, I'm not going to be like, buy it through Band, whatever. Just support just support it. And honestly, also just fucking listen to it. If you don't want to buy it, just go to fucking Spotify and listen to it. I just want people to get it out there. I mean, that's the whole point.
You just want people to listen to it so they can come out and see you in the year 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I'm able to headline C rooms in the middle of the country, I want people to go, you know what, 5 years ago during that pandemic, your Crowdwork album really got me through. When my relationship was ending, you were asking how theirs began, and that just really did it for me.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how many specials are coming out during this pandemic. It doesn't really matter that they're not, touching on COVID
Right.
guess.
They had them all in the barrel, I guess.
It'll be weird though, like in a few months, if this is still going on and they're still releasing albums. Like, I went to the grocery store. And God damn, do I hate those lines?
Well, it's like, yeah, like then it's like how fucking far how long are you taking to release? I mean, that's such a crazy amount of time to release a special after it's been shot.
Yeah,
I guess
don't
if
know.
you filmed it right as the pandemic hit, like a couple weeks before, it would be like 4 or 5 months. But yeah,
they're still coming out with pre-COVID specials. I mean, there's
Yeah.
not going to be a COVID special. You physically cannot record one. Maybe you'll have to go to like
that one
Germany
dude
or
who did it with
something.
no audience could totally do it.
Yeah, I mean that's all it's going to be now.
Drew Michael, right? Didn't he do one with no audience?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was the OG COVID comic.
that was the original Zoom special.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I can see the future, and it's actually horrific, and I'm just gonna get on the ground floor of this." He got
man.
kind of canceled. He got kind of in some
He
hot
canceled
water
himself. He just
he shouldn't have done it. He just came out and was like, I said some jokes that were maybe kind of racist 7 years ago
that aren't on a special or
that
an
aren't on a
album.
special that no one had remembered.
Damn man, that's a bad door to open.
Yeah,
For
don't.
comedy.
I'd say, yeah, once you go down that road of my material 7 years ago might not have been up to date, you're kind of asking to get rid of yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
that's walking up to the vacant house with Chris and Snoop from the Wire.
You can't
you
you
can smell
can't
that
rat on
lie.
yourself. And I mean, what was D'Elia going to be like? Yo, I've had a problem.
Yeah, no, there's no way for D'Elia to get out in front of his thing. He
No.
just had to wait for it to blow up.
Remember
is
when
crazy.
He just
Remember
had to
when-
wait for them to age out of it. It's like literally this problem will take care of itself if I just wait 3 years.
Remember when Kevin Spacey got caught and he tried to just say he was gay and that was his like he was
Yeah.
like, I choose to live my life as a gay man. People were like, dude, you don't just get to be gay and that's it.
It almost worked. He got off.
Now he just kills people with his Frank Underwood character.
Yeah. What do you mean?
There's that whole thing where like every time it releases one of those videos, a person who accuses him of sexual assault dies.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. Like 3 people who have accused him of sexual assault or has some intimate knowledge of the case have ended up dying, and it's all within like a day or two of him releasing those like
Wait,
fireside.
What case? There's no like Harvey Weinstein case against Kevin Spacey, is there?
There were
It's just
independent cases about him, about
Oh.
his behavior, and haven't you ever seen those Frank Underwood videos that he'll just
Yes. I did.
he'll
yes,
like
I've seen the
he'll
videos.
play the character for some fucking reason, and then yeah, one of those dudes dies.
He always releases it on Christmas Eve too.
let me play Frank. Let me.
I
be
think he
Frank.
should release videos as that dude from K-Pax,
Yeah, the alien.
that alien dog.
He's
Dude.
like, let me be from a different planet and not and get my career back.
Yeah.
Louis has a new podcast out with his girlfriend on his website.
Yeah, I get the emails. I mean,
You can only
someone
buy it through
forwards
his-
me the emails.
You can only buy his podcast through his website.
Right. It's interesting. I didn't buy it, but nor would I ever.
Nor would I
But-
ever support a man.
Interesting.
But that makes
idea.
sense. Why wouldn't he keep all his shit behind a paywall? Like it just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a smart move on his part.
Well, at this point, I guess you could release a podcast. I doubt any like platforms would take that down. But I mean, Netflix still has some of his specials on Netflix. Like they
Yeah.
didn't take it all down.
I mean, Netflix probably has so many child molesters and murderers
Yeah.
in their library. Like aside from the serial killers they're making documentaries on.
That should just be a category. Like, if you want to see an actor who's a child molester, this we recommend this. And it's just Kevin Spacey movies, fucking.
Yeah, how
Oh,
like
God.
they've like single-handedly become like one of the biggest purveyor of like that old school fucking murder porn, like in every documentary.
I like how they have an Epstein thing, but then they also have people featured in other things that have been on Epstein's island. Like they have, they have stuff like, Bill Gates. They have stuff about Bill Gates. Like they have Clinton's on some stuff in there, and they've all been on Epstein's island.
Yeah. Is anyone gonna come to get got from this Epstein thing? How are they gonna get rid of Ghislaine? Like, how is this all gonna go away?
They took away her sheets and any like cloth in her cell.
Oh, so she won't commit suicide?
She won't. Yeah, commit suicide.
Interesting.
Didn't they? They tried to already say that she might have COVID, bro. They trying to like.
I mean, like that was not a reputable article,
right? But it was early on. There was like, oh damn, yeah, this is an easy way out. She just gets COVID and gets intubated, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, all this is on a DVD somewhere in her house, or that in the cloud somewhere. They just need to. But that will never get released. Of all the people they have compromat on.
You love that word, bro.
It's a good
that
word.
That makes you sound so much smarter than you are. You're fucking little fucking bullshit Russian intelligence.
The Russians.
That's like when any guy learns a new word, you're like, damn, he's using that word a lot.
I like to work it in,
Compromat is in your new vocab all the time.
My lexicon.
What's your favorite smart word to drop?
I don't know. I don't know many.
Yeah, I really don't. I'm a fucking idiot. I feel like
correlation does not equal causation.
Yeah, that's
smart. I like to drop that little nugget when I'm at.
I like to drop in a whom every now and again. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I feel it's just kind of a flex to just put out a whom.
Yeah,
and just rock with it.
I always love doing those blind like applications when you have to do a cover letter to whom it may concern. I'm like, your boy's out here showing very much formality. Holler at me with this job.
How many concern at the Super Deluxe?
Yeah, please hire your boy. Your boy needs a job.
Man, do you remember filling out those like when there'd be cars in the mall and they'd be like, "Oh, a chance to win," and like you'd put all your information in that fucking card. I remember just being so impressed that they got a car in the mall.
Still impressive when a car is ever inside a locale. I'm always amazed that could happen.
When they would get one in the Moda Center, they get one in the Moda Center like every game, for the
driving around.
There's always a car. No, it's just it's one of those raffle things.
Whoop whoop. do donuts on half court during the halftime show.
They do monster truck there, so there must be a garage.
Yeah. Do you ever go to a monster truck rally?
No, I've never been. I'm not that white trash. So.
Yeah, no, me neither. I never went to one.
You've been to one?
No, I went to one, at the Rose Garden. Me and my little brother went and saw fucking Gravedigger was there. What's up? Shout out to Gravedigger.
I like how these trucks never retire. Gravedigger was a staple of the monster truck rallies for like 40 years.
Oh, yeah, man.
Gravedigger,
it's the brand.
It's just like the Undertaker in the WWE. He's like, have you not retired, bro? How are you still dropping people through cages? You're like 70.
It's the same paint job, but, it's the spirit that lives on.
Right.
I see.
But I remember being kind of disappointed just because, like, when you get there...
It's like half empty.
Granted, I was 27, so
Oh, this was a recent application.
No, I was I was in middle school, so it was just.
I think it's just doesn't it kind of lose? It's like, all right, you see the first one, and then you're like, wait, it's gonna be another hour and a half of this shit.
Yeah, and it's just like the smell, like running cars, like monster trucks, like the gas or whatever. Like
it's the same feeling I had when I saw my one and only WNBA game. I was like, wait a minute, the whole thing is gonna be like this? When the fuck are they
warming up? Hey,
they're not. This is it.
I'm not with the women's basketball hate. I'm a big fan of women's basketball.
Of the WNBA?
No, college.
You're a college woman hooper?
I've been to many a women's college game. Big booster.
Yeah, big
Hell
guts.
Yeah.
Big beaver,
Well,
a beaver,
here, like-
beaver.
Lady Beeves.
Lady
The
Beeves.
Lady Beeves.
The Lady Beeves.
That's their name, man. The Beavers.
Lady
the
Beeves. Go, Lady Beeves.
Yeah, man. They're good.
One of the most boring things I ever went to was a fucking air show. I got dragged to
Oof.
an air show with a friend and his family. Like
Oh,
that
those-
is like
those
if you're
are the
not
worst.
into it, if you're
No.
not into like that is just the dumbest shit. And they were just
Anytime-
like they're like, "Oh, the Blue Angels are gonna fly." It's like who gives a shit? Like it's all high up in the sky. Like oh,
Yeah, remember
So
like a
boring.
month into quarantine, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna fly the Blue Angels around cities, and it's gonna cheer people up." I was like, "Who?
Bitch, I
what the
haven't
fuck?"
got any unemployment. Pay.
Yeah.
Give me that fucking money.
and you're
Why am
gonna
I gonna be
scare people to death. Like who? You look outside, you see a fucking fighter jet. You're not gonna think like,
Yeah, just
oh, that's
if you're
good.
gonna- if you're gonna fucking fly those things, just bomb one American city every time you do it. Like, just get it over with. These people are miserable. You haven't taken care of them. Just actually drop bombs on America. That would make it interesting. You just see if your town was chosen that day, and you have about 5 minutes to get out of town.
What if they just drop like really obscure packages? Like so you get like just like oh shit, like is this is like 20 cases of baby wipes and that's it. But you make it you randomize it.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
fucking.
or imagine if they carpet bombed Minneapolis and we could have avoided all this civil unrest.
it just
If
wouldn't
they
have
would have
gotten
done
out.
it like 3 months ago, before George Floyd,
Oh,
it would have
so-
changed history.
So the
That
so
was
the
my
murder
point.
never. You're like, look, to stop
No,
one
not
murder.
after. Not after.
To stop one murder, we need no. You're basically saying you want to kill George Floyd just by carpet bombing the city rather than police brutality.
Yeah, there would be a lot of collateral damage, but it would have avoided a national civil unrest.
You don't think
You're like, look,
the
if I
citizens
had a
of
time machine, I'd go back and I'd kill baby George Floyd. Save this whole thing.
I'd save this whole country? Damn it!
It's the
I like your logic that somehow America would not be equally as pissed if
No.
the government bombed a U.S. city.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
A
they
white
would not
city
be.
like that? Are you kidding me? Come on. You're talking about my parents here, bud.
Yeah, I mean, innocents are gonna have to die, but like you said, like if it was random, like they're gonna fly the Blue Angels, and one of these cities is gonna get it.
Yeah,
what
and
does
we're gonna
carpet
base
bomb
it-
mean?
Carpet bomb.
carpet
like,
bomb
yeah,
is just
just
like
level something.
yeah, just
okay.
completely just
Blah,
just
blah, blah, blah,
tear-
blah, blah. Like
yeah.
Apocalypse Now.
yeah,
Gotcha.
just unending bombage.
Yeah, shock and awe. Let's do like shock and awe. And
Yeah,
Tallahassee,
shock and awe,
Florida.
except instead of Fallujah, it's just Coon Rapids, Minnesota.
People would get behind
Um,
that.
Yeah,
Some
you put the
sickos.
aw shucks in the shock and awe.
The most boring event I ever went to is me and my two friends in middle school went to a auto show, and I almost killed myself.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't. I was like, oh, it might be fun, and like I guess I kind of thought there was gonna be like future cars there, but what that means is like the next year's model. Like it doesn't, and you're just like, wait a minute, we came to this just to look at cars. That's it,
Mhm.
and it was a giant convention center, and they loved it because they liked cars.
yeah.
and
They're like,
What-
oh man, look, that's the '96 Chevy Malibu.
Yeah, you're like-
That's gonna be tight.
Like,
Look at
guys, we're 11. We won't drive for 5 or 6 years.
It's got a backup
And we'll never-
camera.
I'll at some point find out in my early 30s that I will have not owned a car since I was about 18. So there's no reason to go to a show.
that. Yeah, like being at any sort of thing like that when you're not into the exhibits, like it's
Kill
trash.
yourself.
But like I know, like when I went up to it was the Experience Music Project at the time, whatever the museum
yeah.
up in Seattle.
Yeah.
Like and they've got like this guitar room with all these hella famous guitars. Jimi Hendrix's guitar that he played in Woodstock was there, and I was just like in front of it, like being like, "Holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever!" But there were people like walking around who could not care less.
Yeah.
And
They're just like, bro.
it was just really funny.
Why are they
me.
there? You think?
Yeah. What did you think was going to be inside of a music museum? Like,
And I'm just like the guitar from it was.
But why do you think those people are there, Dylan? Like that don't care about.
Well, because like that museum in particular, like that's just one segment, like the rock guitar room. There's a bunch of other shit, and it's connected now to like in a center where there's a bunch of other shit in the museum.
They're bigger percussion fans. I see.
Yeah. But you're just walking past the guitar that Hendrix played at Woodstock, just like, oh, whatever. I'm like, that's the fucking guitar.
Was it burned?
No, that's the Monterey Pop Festival. That's a different.
That
was a different strat.
Guitar. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Is it all the same type of guitar? Like the same model?
Yeah, with Hendrix for the most part. Yeah.
Do they
played a Fender Stratocaster?
Do they show it upside down?
The what?
Because he played the guitar upside down.
Oh yeah, well because it's like it's a right-handed guitar, but it's strung upside down. So like but when it's just up on the wall, it looks like a normal guitar with backwards strings. But yeah,
Jimmy.
You know, they tore down his house in Seattle. Like they preserved like his childhood house, like this tiny house. They finally tore it down a couple years ago to build some fucking condo with a nail salon in the ground floor or whatever they do. That's just amazing.
Every 20-year-old like white kid can be like, dude, Jimi Hendrix's house used to be here, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. His fucking the one cool part of the city we actually tore down to make this sick.
Dude, Seattle used to be so cool. It used to be the coolest city in America 30 years ago, and now it is the fucking worst. It's just the most boring, dumb city. There's literally nothing to do. Everything you need to have like hundreds of dollars to have fun in Seattle. There's literally nothing to do. It's full of hills. There's nowhere to escape.
Yeah, it's too
Hella
fucking
hills.
hilly.
That
hill's no
sucks.
joke.
I hate Seattle.
Anytime I would go there, like especially, like cuz a lot of times I would end up in Seattle with like I would be meeting up with a friend like later, like they'd have a job or something, so I'd just be in the city alone, and it's like you end up just walking. I would either go to the library and be like, damn, I'm basically homeless because I just am hanging out at the library, or walking up and down hills all day just so I can like, buy a fucking $15 slice of pizza from some bullshit Capitol Hill Chop Chaz bullshit Pizza Hut. I used to actually would just go to the QFC in Capitol Hill and use my food stamps. I would walk around. I was basically, I would just be homeless. I would go to the library, get QFC food stamp food, and then like go drink PBR, at my homie's house when they were off work or whatever.
Yeah, I've been to that QFC. It's the only thing
Great
to do
QFC.
in Seattle.
Yeah, great QFC there.
That and the Experience Music Experience, whatever they call it. That costs like fucking 30, how much does that cost to get in there?
Yeah, I think like $30, something like that.
Or if you want to go to the fucking top of the Space Needle, that costs a bunch of money.
Right.
No, it sucks. And the
Pike's
fucking
Place sucks.
Pike's Place is like good if you actually know what like I used to fuck with the mini donut shop there, and I was like, that's what I would go to get, but I wasn't going there to tour the market.
Yeah, there's nothing to tour. It's just a market.
Hey man, they throw fish, Max. I don't know what the fuck you want from life. I like how you're talking about Seattle as if you had some like experience. Like 30 years ago when I was 3 years old, it used to be the sickest fucking city in the world. Like,
from what I
you've
read
never
about
experienced it as a cool city. You've only experienced it as a fucking Starbucks hotbed.
I've experienced the myth of Seattle. God damn it, shut up. It's like when you hear about.
I've experienced the myth of Seattle.
Shut the fuck up. You know,
dude.
what
when I listen to Nirvana's album, man, it just really takes me back to the sick spirit of Seattle.
But that's
when I look
when
at
you're
that
a kid,
baby
you're like,
dick.
oh, that's so. Can you shut up for 1 second? It's like Japanese tourists. Like they get all hyped to go to Paris, and then they get there, and they're just they're disappointed. They get depression from being so disappointed because it stinks, it smells, it's nothing like the pictures. So,
is that wait really? Japanese tourists hate Paris?
Yeah, there's some type of condition where I don't know if it's strictly Japanese tourists, but Asian tourists.
Dude, that is the most. That's the most.
When Japanese tourists go to Paris, they only take 3 pictures holding the peace sign.
They can't do more. They fucking that's the most bougie type of sickness you could ever get. Disappointed by your vacation in one of the greatest cities on the planet. Doesn't meet your expectations.
I mean, that's just like if you when you overhype something in your head, like that's
right, exactly.
That's just it's an unfortunate thing. You just got to learn to not do that.
When I was in I forget what country I was in. Maybe Guatemala.
It doesn't matter. They're all the same to Jake. He doesn't differentiate.
That is a dope flex, though. Him to be like, I can't remember which country I was. One of the when you travel as much as me, the borders just kind of blend together. You know, I stopped seeing it. So
it was
just
one of the taco countries.
It was.
Down there in Taco America, whatever flavor it was.
We were getting into a Repa land, but it's definitely still taco country.
I was in Arepa country. No, I was in I forget honestly which country, but
doesn't matter.
I met. When they all look the same and they all smell the same, there's just what's the point, They all speak the same language, Max, up until fucking Brazil. So
that is
come
true.
on.
Brazil and Belize. Belize, they speak English.
And Belize, yeah. So we meet this girl who, like a Chinese student,
nice,
who was. She was like a rich Chinese girl who was studying abroad, I think in Canada, but had taken like a trip down to Central or South America to like do some touristy stuff, and when you meet, like, a lot of times, like, you'd have a predisposition on, like, okay, this is, like, a single Chinese girl traveler. She's probably, like, really meek and really, like, kind of just in her own little world. And she kind of was, she showed us all these pictures on her phone, and they're all of her doing the peace symbol in front of all these, like, like, Mayan temples and shit. Mm-hmm. But we start talking to her, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, like my fucking dad, I asked him for a new Coach bag, and he sent me like $1,000." And then she goes, "But I actually spent it. I bought a plane ticket to Syria, and this was right when the Syrian fucking conflict was taking off." Wow. And she had a fucking little lady crush on Assad. She was like, "He's so sexy." He's so fucking hot. And I was like, wait a minute, you're a child. Like, you meet these people who you
Gabbard.
You can't fucking put into a box. You're like, all right, you're a rich Chinese student who's already alone in South America, but now you're dropping this knowledge that you're scamming your Chinese business father out of $1,000 so you can go get wet for an Assad poster.
How was their Comedy Central 15? How was their Comedy Central 15?
She was like, I just signed a deal with Netflix. I got 3 specials coming out. I've been doing comedy for 2 years, and it has nothing to do with my father.
Comedy. My dad actually owns comedy.
My dad owns comedy, and the thing is that that though has nothing to do with my success in comedy. It's just a very crazy coincidence that my dad owns comedy, yet
he doesn't own Comedy Central. It's just comedy.
He just owns
Comedy Central, but that's part of comedy.
My dad
umbrella.
My dad works with Martin Scorsese and Chris Angel.
That's dope.
Jake, that you tell him, like, that reminds me of the one we talked about last week that Max met that was raising bears in Arcata, California.
Yeah,
you both come across very interesting lone female people in the wild.
Dude, she was like literally doing peace signs in front of these protests in Syria. She's just like, so cool. And it's just like, Jesus. This was before shit really was like, I mean, he was obviously bad, but it was like, damn, dude, you're you're pro-dictator. Yeah, and you're also you're pro-dictator, but you hate your dad. It's like this wackest form of rebellion.
Well, okay, so like you think this dictator's hot, and so your plan is to go to the country to like
what? Yeah, suck his dick.
Like I'll meet Assad. That's every girl's dream, right?
She's rebelling against the ultimate dictator, her daddy.
Her daddy, who just wants to send her to a nice country to get a foreign education.
Yeah, just wants to give her an a blank check to do whatever she
Yeah,
wants.
he literally wants to give you an open-ended opportunity for whatever you want to do in life, and you scam him out of $1,000 to go to a war zone.
And you go to Syria. Like, you could have gone anywhere in the world.
Yeah, like you could have gone.
Kong.
You could have gone to. Yeah, you could have just said, "Fuck you, I'm going to Hong Kong, bitch."
Yeah.
We know what you think of that.
Or go check out the Uyghurs. Go to a Uyghur camp.
Yeah, go to a Uyghur re-education camp. Keep it within the family. Don't go to Syria.
Hey guys, I'm not going to be able to record next week because I'm going to Burma. You know, I was just
baby.
like the flights are cheap, so I could go anywhere.
Go wherever you want,
That was
baby.
my decision.
I would have gone with East Timor, but Burma sounds good.
I would have taken Yemen if we're going for full humanitarian crisis.
Oh man.
Yemen is not doing well, baby.
Yemen, I don't even know them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's actually just what Jamaicans call Yemen. Yemen.
Wow.
Over there in
Yemen.
Yemen, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man is having a serious humanitarian crisis. Yeah, man. Is there just like a fucking... Do they just recycle... Do you think at this point they're just recycling starving baby photos, or are they taking new ones? Are they actually Are they sending in new photographers to take those photos?
No, I think there was only 5 starving babies in 1993, and they've just been using this. It's like a crisis. It's a crisis baby.
Right, it's a crisis baby.
baby.
They're like, these
They're
babies
actually all connected. They all have rich parents. Those babies.
These babies are funded by George Soros to look hungry, but they've actually been well fed their whole lives.
Those are the worst stage parents of the crisis babies. Like, those are the worst, the most demanding.
They're like, look, we're going to have to starve your kid for 8 weeks. They're like, she'll do 9, whatever it takes to make it in this business.
They're not starving. They just have body dysmorphia from being in show business. From
right.
The mom's like, God damn it, you only have 6 flies on you. That's with the amount of work I've been putting into this, you should have a dozen flies around you.
The fact that I can't see through you right now is disturbing, okay? Should see your spine. I should see your spine right now.
It's pretty similar to like the child beauty pageants when you think about it. The body type.
It's kind of fucked up that they just get to take pictures of those fucking kids and they don't get any compensation. You feel like you'd pay the family off a little bit.
Well, this is a Sam Kinison bit. You know, where he's like, there's starving kids. Why don't the cameraman? Here's a sandwich.
Here's a fucking sandwich.
Move where the food is.
You live in the desert.
Damn, you do a good
Man,
Kinison.
Max Kinison is fucking on point.
This is my one good
Holy
impression.
Shit.
I usually can't do impressions. You live
I can't do any.
Go to where the food is.
Dude, if comedy ever comes back, you got to do a set of your jokes.
You got to do a
in
Sam Kinison set. You can do Mark Norman's Halloween show in New York when you do. He always has all those people do fucking.
I'll just email Mark Norman and get booked on that show.
Hey, dude, Penis CK got to do that show.
What?
You could do You got to.
Wait,
yeah, Penis CK
Mark
was
Norman let Penis CK. Did he know what Penis CK was about?
I fucking watched Mark Norman intro Louis CK or I don't know if he used Penis CK or Louis CK, but she did it on his show.
Oh, okay, wow.
So Mark. You know,
he's a woke dude.
Well, dude, did you ever hear that story about when he? I don't know if he told this on a pod.
He actually put Mark Norman's dirty laundry out on my pod.
No, this isn't dirty laundry. He told me I don't know if it was when I was working with him here or if it was on a pod, but he said that he was like friendly enough with Louis that I think he had his phone number, like they were friendly enough to have his phone number, and he said that like when the Louis shit came out, he texted him like trying to be like dark joking. He was like, "Hey, you're back at my level now," and Louis just never responded to him. That's a true comic on the worst day of the dude's life. Just fucking text him and goes, "Hey, you're back with me, baby."
You're doing comedy clubs. You're doing the Chuckle Hut. You're doing Tea Rooster Feathers in Sunnyvale.
God damn, man, you've
I
been sitting
cannot
on
believe
this whole time.
I can't believe you just came up with this. Is like literally. I think if you had done the joke word for it, I would not have known it was not Kinnison. It's great.
Oh wow, wow, thank you.
Great Kinnison.
I can't do a British accent, but I could do Sam Kinison.
That's what's up, man.
Does he? He doesn't really. The only person I ever hear talk about Kinnison is Rogan. Rogan's the only guy who ever like
Puts him in the Mount
He's always like, I
Rushmore.
fucking love. Yes, Kinnison's one of the best. I never hear anybody talk about Kinnison.
He had such a short prime, I think.
Right. He
But
blew up. I've watched some of his other shit, and
It's rough.
it's rough.
There's some rough stuff.
I saw this one special in like that he taped in Vegas that he opens
Yeah.
up and he's playing a guitar.
Oh
and
my
it
God!
just-
when he brings the midget on,
It's just like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, is this all like I know
That
we
is
all hate woke.
cocaine.
We hate woke comedy, but goddamn, this can't be that much better.
Yeah, it's a pendulum. It
is
a big
too
pendulum.
far the other
It's-
way.
Yeah, you're like, no, we can't. This also can't be good either, though. Like, this
We're
is an
still
over.
atoning for that. We're still atoning for this.
We have eight people who've done comedy for a year doing 3 hours on Netflix because Sam Kinison brought a midget out in '85 on in a Vegas stage.
And said, "Fuck Jerry's kids." I'm gonna fuck Jerry's kids. I think is what
Yeah, I
Jerry
couldn't.
Lewis's disabled children.
Right.
Helps.
God damn it, that's fucking so funny.
Okay, fucking speaking of stand-up comedy, live stand-up comedy.
Live stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Man, there was the Helium open mic.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
I'm out-
local
this-
club.
I'm
Local's
outing
opening.
myself. All the struggle comics are gonna come for my throne.
You better watch
all
out.
I gotta watch out. I might be canceled for doing comedy while. Yeah, so I did the open mic. There was 8 comics. Me and one other person who worked there were the only 2 hired guns. Everybody else was just a regular sign up. But,
What about the host?
Yeah, and the host. Sorry, I mean the host has to host because they're doing the weekend. So yeah,
Okay.
I voluntarily did not get paid to do comedy, and it was pretty much what I expected to be for. I did 15
Yeah.
minutes.
What happens? Like, what happens with the green room? Like,
No green room.
you can't even go back in the green room.
Mm-mm. The host was the
So-
only person who went in the green room.
Okay. Then you come
Um,
out from the audience.
from the audience.
How was
Oh
that?
shit!
Slapping
It
hands.
was whatever. Dude, there was 8 people in there, and this
High
table.
fiving people.
Just
What's
go
up?
So I stayed out. Well, there is part I want to say. I stayed outside of the building pretty much until like a few minutes before my set because I was up last. So I was like, well, I'm not going to go inside.
Headliner.
Headlining an open mic, baby. 4 months, hasn't done comedy. He's already headlining again. It's crazy. But I guess I was told by one of the workers who was out there, like he came out about halfway during the mic and was smoking a cigarette. And we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, someone just did a set. And it was a woman, and she had a mask on, and then her closer was she took the mask off, threw it at the audience, and said, 'I have COVID,' and fucking ran out of
The first hack COVID bit.
I knew someone was going to do something. I did not expect them to throw their mask into the audience, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine thinking that was going to kill? Like that's like, dude, this is going to destroy that mic.
Dude, the quarantine did not help bad comedy minds.
No,
Did
it
not-
made it worse. It's only going to make it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't see really anybody else's set. I did mine. It was really rusty. I tried an old joke. I tried a new joke. And then I just did crowd work.
Mhm.
How
I
many
ju-
people would you say were there?
It was about maybe 8 to 10 audience members and about 8 comics. So it was about a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
None of the audience were wearing a mask. I wore a mask the whole time on stage. The mic situation was good. They had 3 mics in rotation, and then the host had his own wireless mic, so you never touched the host mic. But after a comic would use a mic, they would put it off to the side. They had a staff member there sitting there the whole time, and they would wipe it down with a Clorox wipe, and then they would put the next one in. So there's always a distance of 3 comics before you use the same one as somebody else. So that I felt pretty safe about. I wore a mask because I was like, I was going to wear a mask anyways, but I was really glad I did because I kind of had a little bit of a panic attack when I was getting off stage. I was like, I mentioned that they weren't wearing masks up top, but then as I was about wrapping up, I was like, seriously, you got, like, why the fuck aren't you wearing masks? Like, this is insane that you're sitting in a room not wearing masks for an hour, and no one responded to it. Like, they did not seem moved. They did not seem like, yeah, like, they were just dead-eyed. I ended on such a dud. I was just like, why aren't you wearing masks? This is insane that you're here. I can't believe I did this. I don't know why I did this. I just kind of had a little freak out, and I was like, all right, I got to get out of here. And I just like, yeah, it was very weird. It was such a surreal thing looking at people inside a room, had the option to wear a mask and decided, nah, I'm good for an open mic.
Yeah. Well, don't you have to wear a mask inside now in the state of Oregon?
I thought you were supposed to, but they definitely did not have them on.
Unless you're eating.
Unless you're
eating or drinking in a bar. So that's why they cannot wear a mask. But if you're
they were consuming the knowledge that Jake was releasing, man. So they were eating.
Yeah. It was rough. It was not easy. It was definitely. I mean, I hadn't done a set since March 12th, so it was almost 4 months. It was not.
Was the nerves of like
the nerves actually wasn't that bad. I got on and I was a little like not. I wasn't. I didn't feel like nervous to be on stage. I just felt kind of like, just rusty and unpracticed, not smooth at all. I was just like, something didn't work, and I didn't have a set. I didn't have a fucking chunk of things I was working on. I had this one new bit that did very okay, and it just felt weird, like the timing of trying to tell jokes. You'd be like, yeah, I guess that joke is done, and here, let's try this. And it was a lot of like kind of like, non sequitur rambling. And then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I can at least try crowd work because that muscle probably will be better. And it was like, that was when I got most of the laughs. It's just like, all right, let's just talk.
That's why I have an album, baby.
That's why I have an album, baby, that you can buy right now.
Buy that shit now. Bandcamp, son. Stack them papers.
Get that money, baby. Stack that paper.
Yeah.
So it was weird as fuck. I'm glad I did it. It was going to be like an every Tuesday, Wednesday thing, and then the next day on Wednesday, 3 comics signed up, and they just canceled it indefinitely. So I got to be part of history.
Yeah, well,
and I have COVID!
You got to be part of a super spreader event. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I would have done it too. My wife doesn't allow me to, so.
Yeah, but you got no judgment from us.
Me.
Your Trump-loving, non-kid-having wife does not want you to go to an open mic.
Yeah, I wonder how much time I would have got at the open mic now that I see how few people signed
5.
up.
You would have got 5.
You would have gotten 5, baby.
Yeah.
For
Only
sure.
5.
Hey, dog, don't push your luck, Max. You would have gotten 5.
All right. We got 5 minutes at a 6-person open mic. See,
5 should have been what I did. I mean, 15 was a long time.
I would have gone just.
Did you do the full 15?
I did. Like, I got off like at 14 something. I did like pretty much right on the dot. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was weird seeing the light again. I was like, oh yeah, that's like a part of this thing. Is that to tell you when you're done? Like, it's just it was a very trippy thing.
Yeah.
And now I probably won't get to. Well, actually, no. That Salem show that got canceled, I'm doing that again. That's happening in a couple weeks.
But that's outside, right?
That's outside. It's a backyard. Yeah, I feel that's a little more. I probably still will wear a mask, though. I'll wear a mask probably.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear a mask.
I don't know.
Outside.
We'll see.
They're gonna see your week.
That's the thing. Like,
you don't want the audience to see your week.
Yeah, that's like stumbling over a joke. They're like, look at this bitch.
Look at this Multnomah County asshole coming out of Marion County.
They should want me to fucking wear a mask. I'm from the
Yeah,
Don't we have a lot of cases here? Yeah, hotbed, baby.
I mean, that's like at my work, it can be like so fucking overwhelming because I'll look up and there'll be 10 other people just in the same aisle as me. Like,
but
I mean,
guys
everyone's
make
wearing
people
masks.
wear masks, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to.
Good.
Yeah, but just there are periods where it's just like, oh shit, I'm surrounded by people. I'm fucking going into the back room because this is just about to have
much.
a fucking panic attack.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
way too much. Fuck those people. Fuck them trying to get groceries and shit. Pieces of shit.
Yeah. Fuck you trying to feed your family.
There's
Go
all these
home.
all these people like those photos of people going to a restaurant with like the waiters in like full like hazmat suit and they're not wearing anything. It's like, damn, you can't even throw a mask on to talk to this motherfucker at Applebee's. What are you doing?
Dude, well, I drove down to Alberta today and there are people like just waiting in line for fucking salt and straw ice cream without a mask.
Hose.
Like, just like
this
chilling.
Whole
Then
country
they
is made of hose.
God, you deserve to die.
Yeah,
And spread it to your
choke-
family if you're
When you
waiting
choke
in
on a
line.
fucking pistachio goat cheese honey ice cream while you get COVID, you piece of shit.
It overrated, overpriced.
yeah, it was
Shit.
it was
pure
insane.
Sugar. Ice
And then
cream.
all these the restaurants in Alberta have those. They're making those patios out in the fucking street.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like they just got those little fences. I've always hated that shit. Like, I mean, like, are you kidding? You're eating in the fucking street. How dumb is like some people are gonna fucking die, son.
Some car is just gonna.
Yeah, like you got buses
through.
driving inches away from you. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, I'm not fucking eating in the street.
Our friend, former comedian friend, now drives a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say his name.
I don't want to
What
say
is it?
his name. I don't want to give him pub. But,
Dude, he did a
I kinda
super
was-
sad working man thirst post on Twitter. They got like a bunch of. You remember that?
yes, our friend
Where
who
he-
drives a bus.
He was
posted a
like,
picture.
"Yo, I'm like, can a bus driver get some love on Twitter?" And like 8,000 people liked it because it was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god!" And then it's like funny because if you look at any of his tweets, it's just harassing women online. it's like all his other tweets are just him like fucking being such a troll. He's like trying to push off this like working man. I'm just trying to feed my family energy.
It was a
And
good
it's like,
flex.
You're a
I
fucking
respect it.
horrific person on Twitter.
He knows what's gonna. He's better at Twitter than me. Or I think.
Well,
any
no,
of
because
us.
he's in the he has his group of people who fuck with him, so he just can do whatever. All he does is like complains when his female followers get girlfriends or boyfriends. He's like had to unfollow a bunch of FIFOs today because they got fucking boyfriends and like
Yeah.
fucking he reposts pictures of like feminist accounts that he blocks, even though he probably wasn't even following them anyways. Like
God damn.
he's
I
like,
finally,
"Let me get some bus
free out
driver
there."
love. He's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has nothing to worry about. It's awesome.
I kind of wish not that it matters, but for me, because no one follows me or interacts with any of my tweets, but like, if you just have one of these anonymous Twitter accounts,
Oh
that's not your
God, the
face and
freedom
your
that I
name,
see those people. Yeah, those
you just
those.
fire off, boom,
You
boom,
can-
boom.
Why? It's really sad that we all haven't created burner accounts yet.
Yeah,
just
I
don't
need
know
a
why.
KD burner account.
I do. I should just get one and just be like, fuck,
It's
just
just too
go
much
to
work.
town.
It's just too,
Yeah, because somebody might eventually look it up and you made a mistake and you register to an email that's obvious or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's obviously yours. Yeah, I've just been getting into
Misspell this-
basketball cards. That's all I've been doing the last few weeks.
Really, you're picking up a hobby, collector hobby.
Picking up a hobby. I went through all my old basketball cards. I picked them up from my parents' house, and it turns out I got some really good cards, but I gotta
What you
figure out
got?
how to. I got this rare Kobe Bryant card, which thank God he died because his prices are going through the roof. But
yeah,
no, it
Shane,
was
Shane said he had a bunch of Kobe shoes that he was like, those things tripled in value.
yeah. I mean, especially like autographs and stuff. Mine's not an autograph, but like
Oh yeah.
it's horrible.
Wait,
I
why?
love-
Like, why
rest in
would
peace,
Kobe's
Bryant.
shoes go up after he died? Like he died. The little girls making them in the sweatshops, they're still alive.
They had to take a week off out of respect.
Yeah, they
Nike slaughtered everyone that ever worked on
Yeah.
any of Kobe's
like
products.
in
They're like,
in
no, you must
memoriam-
go with the goat.
Yeah. Once the Mamba's done, we actually had to kill our entire workforce and rehire new slaves that had never touched.
It's out of respect.
I know a lot of people are making this point, but it is ridiculous that like Nike's on the whole like
shut
up,
like,
Nike. We need diversity in the workplace, or equality in the workplace. Like what? You need equality in your
for
sweatshops?
Diversity.
What are you talking
diversity,
about?
You need to hire white slaves to make that a truly diverse sweatshop. Because
we should have white
all brown
sweatshops.
slaves. White up these sweatshops. Steal some Norwegian kids and put them to work. Because you can't have this non-diverse sweatshop environment.
Yeah.
You need cross-cultural experiences as they slave for 10 cents an hour for 12 hours a day.
Look, it makes like you can have your winter sweatshops. For in the cold nations, that's where you have like the Nordic children slaves.
Yeah, it's not a sweatshop. It's a chill shop.
It's
a hot shop. Yeah.
It's a free shop.
Shiver shop.
I
love it. That's the perfect rebranding for sweatshops, man. Like, no, man, the heat, the sweat, that's in the past.
Dude, we got
Shiver shop.
They actually make the parkas that they work in. It's awesome. It's a product. Yeah. We don't even need to buy them jackets.
That's right. Yeah.
I think honestly, like, being woke or whatever that means these days in America is like you can't, your wokeness only goes as far as anything that you've ever bought. You can't fucking like if you dig a little bit into your
outside your neighborhood, your
as long as the issues are centered on things that you are not guilty of, you get to be woke. But if you started digging, it's like, well, why do you wear this? Why do you drive a car? Anything you could pick somebody, immediately they don't become woke because you can't have shit that's made by slaves and be woke. I mean, you just you can't do that.
Yeah. Or eat meat, and
eat meat, drive a fucking car that was fucking got blood oil. All the people who do fucking coke and talk about how fucking you have a dead Colombian child in your fucking nose, you piece of shit. There's so many fucking
pet peeve of Jake's.
Dude, I've been on this shit for fucking years. I hate these. I know so many comics in the Portland scene who are quote woke, and I know they all do fucking blow, and I'm like, shut your fucking mouth. You support a fucking blood drug, you piece of shit. Shut up. I don't need your opinion anymore. I don't want to hear it. I've been corrected by comics who have a coke habit, and I'm fucking done. I'm just like, no. I'm not into. Do not correct me. I know who you party with. I know who you buy from. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth.
To be fair, it's mostly baby laxative, but I get your point.
At some point, it crossed a border.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just such fucking, and it's like, this is not me trying to get off in like, oh, well, now I want to use the N-word or whatever. It's just like, at least have a little humility. Well, that's what that's what I always paint you as. If you push back on this, it's like, oh, you want to be a racist bigot? It's like, no, but I also don't want to be fucking, have a fucking finger waved in my face so you can feel better about yourself, even though you're just as bad as everyone else. Shut the fuck up.
Let it out, Jake. Let it out.
We're having a moment right now. We're having a moment in the nation right now.
We need to stand up for this shit because it's these people are getting away with too much. They walk around like their shit don't stink and they don't have any fucking hypocrisies in their lives, and we have to just be like, oh, you're right. My joke might have been not quite in line with, It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth.
You went to private school. Your dad paid for you.
Your dad is a fucking hedge fund manager. Shut your fucking mouth. These people all come from these families who it's just, not all of them, obviously.
A lot of them.
Not all of them, but a lot of them. You and do a little. We did a little Googling today. Me and Max did a little Googling today on one of the bright new comedy stars who's gotten all these things handed to them, and it's just like, dude, you can't have this kind of wealth. Comedy was supposed to be a people's art form. You're supposed to be able to relate to fucking people, not I went to every private institution imaginable, and my dad is a fucking lawyer / entertainment manager / hedge fund manager. And yes, I'll be able to relate to you, the people at the Laugh Shack who are ordering chicken fingers on their night off from fucking Wendy's. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think those. I think the thing about comedy now is I mean, they're those type of comics that come from a very wealthy background. They just relate to other rich kids, and that could be like an insular community.
It is. 100%. That's like a whole type of like holier than thou comedy is like, and it's not like, and again, it's not all of them. There's some people who are for sure woke and they feel that they're woke for the right reasons and they don't come from a fucking trust fund. But my God, to fucking be holier than thou, come from fucking most likely money that didn't come from them. Like, I don't believe that anybody is clean after a certain number of millions. Like, I just don't buy that you can have a fucking a clean record and be a multi-millionaire. I mean, unless, I don't know, maybe there's some way, but it doesn't seem possible that you can have that.
What if you were selling clean water to Sudan? What if you got the
at a
contract
fair
to
price?
At a fair price.
You got
fair
the Halliburton of clean water contracts to South Sudan.
Yeah. There really is no way. I mean, no. What if you made the pillow guy, the pillow guy that's down with Trump? That's harmless. If you invented like the Casper mattress, that's okay. But you're probably making it in. You're making it in Yemen or somewhere. Yeah.
The pillow guy the pillow guy has he makes it in America, so he's actually talking what he doing.
My pillow.
Oh, well, you know that there's some resource that makes the pillow extra fluffy that comes from some fucking child mind.
Can
like,
only be
something.
mined. Yeah, can only be mined in a 7-foot hole, 7 mile deep hole in Chad somewhere.
Yeah,
it's the only place.
Yeah, I mean,
but anyways, it's just, I think the woke. It's not really a woke movement. I guess you could call it, for better or worse, a woke movement. It's just a language of the privileged. A lot of it is just a way for privileged people to maintain their power by
not feel bad that they're fucking enormously wealthy.
Not feel bad that they have gotten their place wherever they are, probably because they're parents, which is fine.
See, the other thing is like, I don't even hate on the dude who actually like, yeah, you did some dirt and now you're rich, but at least you did it. Being a rich kid and then still being holier than thou is like, there's no defense because you just popped out of a fucking rich pussy. Like, you don't have.
But I would say it's fine to get that. It's fine to be the kid of a rich person, but
you can't blame somebody for it.
But they try to use this woke language as a way to explain why they deserve to be where they're at. Like, oh, it's because I'm a quarter Puerto Rican and a third Sudanese.
Right.
Like, that's always the first joke out of their mouth. Like, I'm half Canadian and half Floridian. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, they use that as a way to say,
good
like,
bit.
Oh, it is a great bit. But that's like them explaining to people like, oh, I deserve to be here because I'm not an Aryan brother. Like, it's like, no, your parents are rich, just like a white kid's rich parents. You're there because part of the reason why you're there is because they're wealthy, they have connections, and they got you there. That's all. Just say that.
Yeah. Right. Like, just,
or don't say anything.
Or just either own it and be like, yep, I understand I'm rich. I probably got some opportunities that other people didn't get. Hopefully I can work my ass off and show that my talent is something and it's not just the connections. Or just be like, own it privately. But that's the thing is like, don't then be like, oh, and I'm also looking down on you because I know the newest woke term, or I've always been on the right side of history with any issue ever, and I've never had. Some of these people act like they have literally never had a thought that goes against the woke ideology, as if their like brains are fucking pure. They've never had a thought that could ever be deemed controversial, and then it's like, you're just lying to yourself. You're lying to everybody.
If you admit you've had a bad thought in that community, that's it. That's over. You can't come back from that.
Who are these people that enjoy these type of people is the thing? Because like when we meet woke people, any like I feel like most people are just like, oh God, you're a lot like you're just kind of a bummer. Like you're the
it's
kid.
People that are online all the time. They're just constantly online.
When we did the Jake on the Streets at the house party thing, you know, we interviewed these like anarchist kids who actually had some like good points once you started talking to them. But when we first passed them, when we were like, oh, we should interview them later, they were on the fucking steps, drunk, talking about how anarchism works. And I'm like, this is the age for that, though. You're like in your early,
Absolutely.
you're like 8. That's fine. But when you're 30 and you're still talking that way, it's like, it's time to figure out a different plan of act. That's my thing. It's like, look, these kids at least they're young. They believe this could work at someday. They believe a Chaz could actually start a revolution.
Well, that's where it ends up. You end up shooting the kid
shooting the fucking kids. Yeah. It's just like, oh, yes.
Circle.
The full circle is that it ends up with you shooting 2 black kids, and you can still somehow say that this was a revolutionary movement. So
2 kids that wanted to, or at least one of them wanted to join. He left San Diego, went up to Seattle to be part of the protest.
Right. Ended up dying. And then
it's like
not even
me being shot by Norm Macdonald. You know.
Yeah.
My hero.
Yo, Norm, I love you, and he just unloads a fucking clip on your ass.
And he tells like a perfect joke right after. Like,
oh God, that shooting in the Chop is so shady and so despicable in terms of how it was like initially celebrated, and now like there hasn't been like a unified just like, hey, this was insane, right? We can all agree that when our movement ends in
it got crazy.
2 dead kids, a Jeep riddled with bullet holes, we can probably say that we made a mistake here.
Yeah. Did you see the video of it? The surveillance video?
Yeah.
The guy saying like, hey, you're not dead yet. Hey, do you want to get pistol whipped? Like what?
They didn't find any weapons in the car, so this whole thing that they were shooting, the windows were blown out.
Yeah.
But the windows were blown out, meaning that the windows were up. So unless they had rolled the windows up and then someone took the guns to make it seem like dude, it is shady as fuck when that's how. And also fuck these people, because look, when a cop kills somebody, it's awful, it's state violence, and it's gone awry or whatever, and you can say all that. But at some level, and I know people are going to say, oh, they're not accountable, but at least there's a fucking system where you could hold them accountable, and more of these dudes are getting. What the fuck is the Chop accountability? All these people just disappeared in the dark, and now no one knows who killed these people. So now it's like, and all those people are like, we don't talk to journalists, we don't talk to cops. It's like, so you're so in your own ideology that when 2 kids are dead, you are more willing to be like, yeah, I don't fucking talk to cops, bro.
No snitching.
That article that you were talking about, that fucking mom, a black mom, is like, what the fuck happened to my son, and when am I going to find out some news? It's like, lady, you never will, because white anarchists don't want to talk to the cops. So
yeah, well, also the cops were very slow in getting to the crime scene and investigating it.
But they also said it had been tampered with. It's all fucked. It's fucked 100. It's fucked 360 degrees. Like you can't. But all these people who were like, you have to support the Chop if you are against police brutality. It's like, no, I don't. All these people were always like, this is a great movie. It's like, I guarantee
it's like Antifa all over again.
It's all this shit where we have to blindly support these people because they're against something, which means what? We're on their side? Fuck them, dude.
Yeah.
I don't need to do. You can have you can agree with someone's opinion and not agree with any of their tactics, which, fucking so dumb. I'm on a rant tonight, boys. I'm fucking ranty as hell.
Yeah, did this work at Helium on Tuesday?
I just screamed at people. I just said, hey, wear a mask. I was like, you guys know the Chaz? Like, what are you talking about? Shut up. Tell us a joke.
Hey,
Tell
Max,
us how Trump is orange.
Do Kinnison trying to get people to wear masks for COVID.
You're not wearing a mask! You're spreading the virus! Oh, God, I'm losing it. I'm losing
It's
it.
hard to do. It's hard to do on
it's hard to do on
command.
command.
You got to just do it
No,
naturally.
I think I'm just losing my voice here.
You're spreading the virus.
No, I lost it, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I think I lost
don't worry,
it.
man. It'll come back.
Yeah, you'll get it back, baby. Don't worry.
It's all good. But
Damn.
man, you know, when we were mentioning cocaine earlier and how a lot of it's cut with baby laxative, it made me think of like how much of that cut cocaine has been smuggled in someone's butt.
Right.
And they're smuggling laxative that makes people shit in their butt, but they haven't pooped yet.
It's fucking.
That was funny to me. That's what I was thinking about.
Wait. Well, no. I don't think you know that. You haven't watched The Wire enough times. They cut the drugs in the United States. They're not cutting the drugs before they cross the border.
No, but like if you're getting cocaine into prison or something, like just someone buying some drug in some form
has been in someone's ass,
has
probably.
been wrapped up and put up someone's butt, and so there's laxative that it doesn't know it's already in Mecca. You know,
What if it breaks? What if the little balloon breaks? What happens? You get high in.
You get high as fuck and you shit your pants.
High and you shit your ass off, and that's
dude. Actually, you might OD if that coke broke and it went directly into your bloodstream. You know how remember those butt chugging kids were dying because the alcohol is like so much stronger when it goes directly in your fucking ass.
It absorbs.
But see, that's when the cut baby laxative ends up saving your life because it's a larger percentage of the laxative than the coke.
You
start shitting it out. It saves you. It's like, I got you. This is what I was born to do. And it's a happy ending.
Damn, man.
What an ending.
That's a riddle wrapped in an enigma right there. Smuggling in baby laxative in your asshole.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, man, how
crazy.
dare you say I haven't watched The Wire enough, man. Forget you, dog.
Yeah, you guys
or just sold drugs. I don't know. I don't know your life.
Oh, well, I got to wrap this up, boys. I got to.
We got another pod to do.
No more pause. I just think I'm being too loud in my house right now.
Oh yeah, it's quiet hours.
Wear a mask in 97.
There you go. There you go. You got
There
it.
we go, man.
Oh,
There
my
we
wife's
go.
getting
Record
mad
some
at me
promos
now.
for the show.
She doesn't know Kinnison. She doesn't appreciate what's.
Show her the clip of Kinnison and she's gonna fucking suck your dick for the impression alone, dude.
Hell yeah.
See, our husband's talented. All right, guys.
Well, right on, everyone. Thank you for listening. Shout out to producer Jack for doing his thing,
baby.
editing this shit together. Shout out to Seth and Shane for listening. Y'all the best. And fucking
Two
buy
fans.
Jake's album. Everyone that hasn't, buy it.
that album, baby.
Support that dog.
Make him rich.
Make him rich beyond his wildest
Get that 80.
imagination.
Get that 80.
Yeah,
80-20, baby.
that's what it's
80-20.
all about.
What a deal, man.
What a deal, baby.
20.
Killing
Yeah, man.
it.
Stack that paper. Buy Jake's album. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good week. Peace.
Peace.